Immortal Venerate comes to the lower realm, want to suppress a mortal creature. In a short time, the universe is surging again. A tens of meters of golden body breaks through the boundary wall and sits cross-legged in the void. This old monster of Ningjin sect also manifests in Willow Mountain. Sure Hao and Small Tower's hearts are solemn, the arrival of the two upper realm sect masters, implying that the lower realm will have incredible turmoil. The immortal creature lets out a sharp neigh. His bewitching eyes shoot demonic flames, staring viciously at Immortal Venerate and the others. These upper realm masters have sealed him for tens of thousands of years. Let him endure endless years of torture under the Five Elements mountain. Now these old men still want to join forces to suppress him again, which is unforgivable. The breath of a mortal creature burns to its peak, and the golden hair on the whole body stand on end, like a madman. The golden air waves explode with his body as the center. He flutters the wings behind him and sweeps away in the direction of the Immortal Venerate and Ningjin sect leader. Boom boom boom, the collision between several people make the power of the sky and the earth break out. Huge mountains are collapsed into powder, and sect palaces are destroyed. Sure Hao and Small Tower quickly adjust their mentality. They glance sympathetically at the immortal creature under siege, then fly to the Backyam Garden of Willow Mountain. Now the immortal creature are helping them bear the wrath of the upper realm leaders. They want to take this opportunity to plunder Willow Mountain. The treasure house has been looted by them, and the sect medicine garden cannot be spared. Soon, Sure Hao and the others come to the top of a mountain with abundant spiritual energy. The strong medicinal fragrance fills the whole valley. Even the surrounding air contains strong medicinal power. It is worthy of being the medicine garden of the upper realm. It is so terrifying. God-beating stone is so excited that it flies around in the air, screaming again and again. It can't wait to plunge into the medicine garden, devour all elixir and the divine soil that cultivated elixir. It's just that this medicine garden is sheltered by an ancient magic circle. There is divine will on the magic circle, and it is not easy to break through. Sure Hao takes a deep breath, prepared to repeat the way that he breaks through the Valley of Parents. He stands arrogantly and summons the broken sword. Concentrates the chaos power of the Small Tower on the broken sword. Sure Hao's body bows slightly, and his right hand, which is charged with power, slashes violently. The broken sword slams into the ancient magic circle. As two azure rays of light flash, the magic circle shatters. The trio do not stop, and directly drill into the ancient Yam garden. But when Sure Hao and the others see this vast field of medicine, the expressions of several people suddenly collapse. The lush herbs have all withered, only decay and desolation. Before the immortal creature broke out, he once opened his mouth to suck the spiritual energy of heaven and earth. This medicine field cannot escape this majestic devouring force. The essence of the medicine field was swallowed up by the immortal creature. Sure Hao grits his teeth in anger. The resentment of not being able to let him search for the elixir is even more uncomfortable than breaking his ribs. Suddenly, Sure Hao's expression is startled. In the midst of the whole depression, he finds a divine tree with brilliant colors. Five-color tree? Sure Hao says to himself in surprise. This is a medicinal tree with only 5 leaves. Each leaf exudes a completely different divine light, and the tree body is flowing with vast spiritual power. Devoured by immortal creature before, the 5-color tree is also extremely weak at this time, and it looks like it may die at any time. But in the end, with the strong background, this tree left a sigh of relief. Unlike other elixir that wither directly, the Small Tower also recognizes the 5-color tree, which had seen such spirits in the upper realm. The 5-color tree can only be grass in the lower realm, and it is possible to transform into a tree when it goes to the upper realm. Small Tower introduction. The lower world is incomplete, and the order of the avenue cannot be completed. If nurture this skinny 5-element tree carefully, and bring this tree to the upper realm in the future, it will grow to unimaginable heights. Hearing Small Tower's words, Sure Hao's eyes shine with excitement. He grabs the 5-color tree into his arms, and then carefully put it into bag. For fear of the Small Tower and God-beating stone, they couldn't hold back and swallow this unformed divine tree alive. This trip to the medicine garden, although Sure Hao fails to harvest a lot of medicinal herbs as he hopes. However, after getting a 5-color tree, it is not worth the trip. The trio dodge a few times and return to the Valley of Youth again. They are curious about the outcome of the battle between the immortal creature and the immortal gods. The Small Tower trembles slightly, and its consciousness spread out. It wants to have a leisurely ride, sit on the mountain and watch the tigers fight. Just as the scene in front of it gradually becomes clear, the body of the Small Tower suddenly shakes. A tone of fear and panic comes for Small Tower. It senses the immortal creature are rapidly approaching it. Behind the immortal creature, there are also the Immortal Venerate and the Ningjin sect leader who are full of chills. Small Tower takes Sure Hao and immediately flees. It sees the sinister intentions of the immortal creature at a glance, and this creature wants to pull it into the water together. Let it help withstand the damage of the upper realm leaders. The Small Tower quickly escapes, cursing in its mouth. It spent such a big price to rescue this beast. This beast turned out to be revenge. Small Tower quickly thinks about how to get rid of these two old leaders from the upper realm. It doesn't want to collide head-on with the Immortal Venerate and the Ningjin sect leader. It is not willing to do thankless things, which is not in line with the character of its profiteer. Suddenly, a quaint and majestic breath comes from the distant sky. Let the hearts of all the strong people in the scene set off a shock. The Immortal Venerate and the Ningjin sect leader both stop their pursuit. Eyes are cast to the sky where the quaint atmosphere comes from. This is a sign of the birth of the ancient treasure world. This kind of treasure world is extremely rare. It was born before the creation of the world. The treasure world is a world of its own, which is completely parallel to the real world. Every time the ancient treasure world comes out, it will be accompanied by a huge opportunity. How can the Immortal Venerate and the Ningjin sect still take care of suppressing the immortal creature at this moment? They turn around and sweep away in the direction of the ancient treasure world. Small Tower, Shi Hao and the others are also terrified in their hearts. They don't want to give up this opportunity. The geniuses of the upper realm, such as Honghuang and Lanyu, also sense this strange aura. With their strength, stepping into the ancient treasure world is actually quite risky. These two hot beauties, at the moment, are nervously looking at the gate of the void in the sky. Their hearts are struggling fiercely. Shi Hao is in a hurry. He does not stop to say hello to Honghuang. Instead, he enters the ancient treasure world directly with the small tower and the immortal creature. They never imagine that the moment they step into this world, an immeasurable golden light shines down, briefly limiting the movement of the small tower. Then the golden giant palm of the Ningjin sect leader slams down and slams into the small tower. The small tower cannot dodge in time, and the tower is staggered and retreated. The old man of Ningjin sect does not talk about morality. In order to deal with the small tower, he even takes a sneak attack from behind. At the same time, the Immortal Venerate is surging. Gurgling spiritual power condenses at the fingertips. Using his finger as a sword, he slashes it out of thin air. A blue void slash wraps in the divine power slashes at immortal creature. Relying on agile skills, the immortal creature barely escapes this deadly attack. The arm is still slashed by the slash, and blood gurgles out. The immortal creature's body, which is as solid as gold and stone, actually cracks and opens a ferocious wound. Haven't waited for the immortal creatures, the small tower to breathe. The light curtain containing the power of Buddhist precepts forms an enchantment. Block the small tower and them. Immortal Venerate and Ningjin sect leader, ready to solve the trouble in front of us first. Then join hands to go to the depths of the treasure world to explore opportunities. The leader of Ningjin sect makes a seal with one hand, and keeps chanting spells in his mouth. The sound of Sanskrit murmurs, manifesting mysterious runes in the air, constantly pouring into the body of the small tower. Small tower is horrified. It guesses the plan of the leader of Ningjin sect. This old man actually wants to capture it as a magic weapon. It and the immortal creature are now desperate beasts, and there is no way to retreat. Small Tower's heart slams, and secretly transmit sound to Shi Hao. Borrow me the Supreme Bone's supernatural power. The small tower takes itself as the carrier, using the power of chaos to activate Shi Hao's Supreme Bone. An incomparably hot light shoots out from Shi Hao's chest. The Supreme Bone erupts with unprecedented energy fluctuations. The surrounding time seems to be frozen, falling into an endless cycle. The Immortal Venerate and the Ningjin sect leader are shocked. They don't expect. How could a young man have such a terrifying power of reincarnation? The two sect masters hurriedly mobilize their breaths, urge the supreme supernatural power to fight against this stalwart supernatural power. For a while, the two sides fall into a stalemate. No one can prevail. The small tower persists in pain, urging the Supreme Bone to consume a lot of it, but it's already a tower of despair. If it is not defeated, it and Shi Hao will both die here. Just when the small tower is about to be exhausted, a few crystal wicker sticks protrude from the void and go straight to the Immortal Venerate and the Ningjin sect leader. Willow God comes. Her fair-skinned jade hand move at will. Those wicker sticks seem to be summoned, easily break the light curtain enchantment condensed by Buddhist precepts. Then a light blow is thrown on the Immortal Venerate. Let the latter's figure suddenly become blurred and may dissipate at any time. Shi Hao's eyes are wide open. Takes a sharp breath, powerful. Willow God is too strong. Just one move, then break the projection of the Immortal Venerate.